All right, how y'all doing? It's been a while. I think it's been like 2 years, so I look a little different. Got some new representation. Warrior 12, not an official sponsor, but I'm definitely 100% sponsoring them. Got a lot of good shirts and everything out there, but the reason I'm here today is to show you how to clean another gun. This one is a Smith & Wesson. It's the 380 Shield EZ. See, it's got a beautiful rail. I like the little cuts here, looks nice. What makes it so-called EZ is it's easy. The slide is easy. It's easy to take apart. It's lightweight. 380, a lot of people call a girl's gun. I don't see that at all. A daily carry that you want to be lightweight, not weighing you down, weighing your pants down, uncomfortable. You know, something that's big enough to do the job, but yet accurate. You know, you don't want to be carrying a 40 around and, you know, yeah, it may make a lot of noise and put a big hole in something, but if you're not 100% accurate with it, what's the point? I'm not saying you can't get accurate with a 40 or anything around that size. I mean, definitely you can get accurate with anything with practice, but you want to practice with anything, of course, and you always want to be safe 100% with firearms. They're not toys by any means. Having proper and professional training and being certified to carry is definitely the way to go. But today we're not talking about training, we're talking about cleaning. So I definitely recommend this gun. Like I said, it's easy to break down, it's easy to clean, it's lightweight. Like I said, I mean, I love everything about it. I think it's a great daily carry. They made these, like I said, to be easy for women. That's the whole easy thing. They don't necessarily specify for women, but from what I've seen and read up on, it's what people kind of think they're for. Personally, me, it's what I carry every day now. You all seen on here, I had the Sky 9mm. It's a good little small compact 9mm. Loved it, but once you feel it, it's a kind of a heavy gun. It's awkward, and that gun too, come to find out, it jams a whole lot. At first, I didn't really have a lot of issues with it, but I don't know what it's been here the last couple years. Even my wife was shooting it too, but a lot of issues at the range. I mean, sometimes you can go through a whole clip, sometimes you shoot one, you know, and then it just stops, you know, either just the next one don't go up, you get a chimney, I don't know, just all kinds of stuff. But I definitely don't recommend Skies. I say stay away from them. I liked it because it's American and efficient, I thought, and the cost was really good, but I definitely take back everything I said on those. I mean, how to clean it, the video is definitely how to clean it, but I don't recommend buying it. That's just my personal opinion. From experience, I still own it because I'm not going to sell that or get rid of it for anybody to have a gun like that, knowing that I've had bad experiences with it. My other Smith & Wesson I have on here, which is the 40 that I showed you to clean, love it, it's great. I think it's a kind of a pain to break down, where you got to hold the two buttons, but that's another video. You can look it up, but I think it's a pain. But with this one, like I said, we're talking about the 380 Auto EZ Smith & Wesson M&P Shield. I love it. Like I said, this is probably the best gun I've ever owned. Like, by looking at it at first glance, you're like, wow, is that a 380? I mean, it's hard to believe because it's full-sized. It's got the rail on it. A lot of 380s don't. They're usually small purse guns, they call them a lot of times. I like it because it has this on top. As you see right now, it's raised. That shows that it's actually a bullet is chambered. It has several safeties, I think. You know, you got to actually, this has to actually be pushed in for it to be able to shoot, which means you have to actually be palming it for it to shoot. And then, of course, you know, this is also another safety. It doesn't prevent it from being shot, but, you know, it's safe as a point, you know, if there's one in the chamber or not. So, you know. So the first thing you want to do when cleaning the gun is you want to always clear it. As the most important thing. As you see, it's always 100% clear. You never ever want to have a gun that's not clear before you clean it. It should be back in a locked position. You can see there's no bullet in the chamber, no clip. That's the way it should be. Beautiful, safe. Especially if you got kids or anything, you want to always have them in a safe, or keep them unloaded somewhere where they don't know where they're at. But there's nothing better than a safe, you know, fingerprint safe, lock safe, just somewhere to keep them away from thieves and children. That's what a reliable, smart gun owner would do. But the first thing to do to break this down, after you clear it, you will slide it back. And like I said, it's so smooth. Look at this, 2 fingers. I mean, no effort at all. I mean, it's so, I mean, I could probably do it with my pinky and my thumb. I mean, it's just crazy how smooth it is. And that's another thing. Like, if you're in a pinch and you need to use it, I mean, you know, you ain't got to sit there and try to, you know, oh my God, I'm nervous, whatever. I mean, you know, smooth, man. So you slide it back. That will push up, and that's simple to push up. Just a little pin there. Slide it back. You can see those little grooves. Little groove that's right here. All the way back. Push that up. Locks into place. Easy as pie. There's this little pin right here. That just slides down. A lot of guns, you got to hold 2 little pins down, or the pin that's right here, you got to get like your nail or a screwdriver, or a lot of people just use like a dime or something. And you can put it in there and you got to slide that little pin out, and the pin will actually come completely out. It's not hard to do, but you do have to do it. This, it actually stays in the gun. Like, that does not come out. So it's just very simple, literally. Once you pull that back and lock it, boom. Push this back down. You see, as soon as I did that, the spring knocked it forward, and then it's going to come right off the rail. Boom. We have off the rail, nice and smooth. Take your spring out. Simple. Barrel. After I took the spring out, spring just sets right in there. Literally, just pull it right out. No problem at all. Get your barrel, just lift it right up. Very simple. Comes right out of there. I mean, it literally just sits right there. Boom. We're apart. And that's all there is to it. That's all there is to most of them. But what makes this easier, again, easier to slide back, and you just got your easy pin there. And that's it. I don't know if you can even really call it a pin. They don't come out, but I guess you can call it a pin. I guess you can call it a release pin. And it's even got nice little arrows on there for you. Tells you to go up. The whole thing about this is easy. You got your M&P shield there, made into it. Very pretty. As you can see, it's pretty clean. It's made very good. Got great reviews on it. That's the inside of you. It's a great gun. Great gun. Highly recommend it. So, like I showed you all in other videos, my preferred cleaning oil is the Remington Rim Oil. I think it's like $2.97 at Walmart, maybe $3.97. I don't know. You buy one of these and it lasts you forever. This one's almost out. I got a new one in there, but I see no reason to pull it out, because that little bit will last you a long time. So you got your oil. My little cleaning kit. I was keeping a sandwich bag. One of the biggest things you're going to need is Q-tips. Just a few Q-tips. Normal ones. You ain't got to buy nothing special. Nothing big. Ain't got to buy a name brand. Nothing like that. I got this little Gunmaster kit. It's kind of neat because the bottom comes off, like I showed y'all in other videos. Boom. All your extensions and brushes just stay right in there, so it's all together. I mean, why not? You got your different barrel brushes for different size calibers, of course. You know, some barrels are bigger than other depending on the size. So you have your different ones. That way you have them. And then you got your different connectors and extension rods that goes on there, because you know some of them you need to be longer, so you can connect that. And then of course you use this for your towel, because it's got the little circle when you want to dry it off and clean inside the barrel. And then this that holds all your stuff inside of it also has a nice little O-ring on there, keep it from getting wet. So if you carry it if you carry it in your weapons bag with you, or your range bag, wherever you want to call it, you know, say it gets starting to rain on you and you're out in the woods hunting or something, it'll keep it from getting wet to an extent. And then you can screw these right into the top of this, and then, you know, use this for a handle if you want to. I personally don't do that. I just actually hold this itself and use it for a handle, but if you want to use it, you sure can. Best thing I use, always dropping stuff. Not the end of the world, right? Anyway, I'll just get a regular t-shirt. Nothing fancy. You can buy little bags of towels that they have in gun sections with your cleaning supplies, with the cleaning rags on. Some of them are a little pre-cut like this. And then of course, you know, you can buy the big ones too. I think that's silly. I mean, you can get like an old t-shirt, or, you know, go buy one for a couple dollars at Ben Franklin like I do, like $2, and then, you know, you can have all kinds of these. I like using a lighter color because you can see how dirty it gets. Like if you use like a dark black or a red, it's kind of hard to see, but I like actually seeing the cleanliness, because I'll show you here in a second, but you know, the more you put it through, you know, after you get all that black and everything off, it should be clean afterwards. It's kind of hard to tell out on darker color, so I recommend getting a lighter color, but it all does the same job, just you can physically see it. So first thing I'll do is in here is I'll get these towels. You know, you can use as many as you want, and I'll wipe everything down in here. You know, wipe all inside. You know, you want to get like in your rails all the way down here, all the metal and springs, everything you see in here, you know, that moves, you know, go ahead and move it, because, you know, again, it's not low, it's not put together. This gun cannot hurt you. Now physically, you can paint yourself on something, but it's not going to shoot by any means. So just wipe everything down inside of it. You know, get the sides, get all down in there where the clip goes. You know, and you can have to physically kind of look and see, you know, if you see any, like if you take it to a range and shoot, or been shooting it, target practice, whatever, you know, you'll be able to see like gunpowder and gunk, and just, you know, it gets nasty because you have it oiled and everything prior to shooting. You know, it gets nasty. So, you know, you can wipe all that gunk and everything out. Of course, like I said, mine's clean, but you know, you can tell when it's dirty, so you just wipe everything out until it's nice and shiny and clean. You'll do the same thing. Wipe everything out. Get all in those grooves, all in here, all where your barrel sits, everywhere, outside, inside. So you can see, see that? You know, just polish all that off. Simple. Polish everything off. You know, get your rear sights real good, front sights, your barrel hole, everything. And once you feel it's clean, shiny, get your next piece. Make sure your spring is good and clean. You can upgrade these. A lot of people upgrade it to the metal because they don't like this polymer thing. But I think polymer is fine, and it's what they make for the gun to work, and that's what the warranty covers. And I mean, if you ever have any reason to get it replaced or broken, I mean, you can call Smith & Wesson, or I mean, I guess nowadays you can do email or online, whatever, but I personally like calling people still yet. But you know, they'll ask you some questions, they'll send you another one out. I mean, you know, it was made for this gun, for the recoil and everything it has, you know, for you using it, everything, you know, they made this specific spring and everything for this gun. So in my opinion, that's all it needs. But you can upgrade and get it to metal. But like I said, I like this. And one thing bad about metal or any other type that's not this polymer is whenever it has the recoil and, you know, backwards and forth, it can actually bend and cause issues and make it jam or make it not slide on the rail properly. And they make these nowadays because this has like, just it gives it a little bit of bend and a proper recoil and everything it needs for it to shoot properly without bending this. Because if this gets bent inside of here and it's just a little bit bent and you keep shooting it and shooting it, it's just like anything else. This is going to warp and bend, and then your barrel ain't going to be straight. And then it could blow up in your hand. It could do anything, you know. It could fail on you when you need it. You know, life-saving stuff, you never know. So I just recommend keeping this. And all that's on Smith & Wesson's website. You can actually call and talk to them because, to be honest with you, I called and asked them about it, and that's what they told me. And, I mean, I believed it. Read up a lot of reviews, also believed it. So, in my opinion, that's the way to go. But, like I said, you can do whatever you want to do. That's just my opinion. Q-tips are really good because, you know, like you can see, it's really hard to get down in these little small crevices and getting around all these springs. And back in here, it's hard just to get around all that stuff with a towel. So you can get a Q-tip and get in there real good. That's what I really like about Q-tips. You know, like I said, you can get all these little small areas, you know, around your spring, you know, your trigger spring, you know, all that stuff. So you can clean everything real good. Your rails on the side here, you know, you can get in those real good. You know, get around back of your trigger. I mean, is anything you feel like you need to get that you couldn't reach with a towel, like in here, on the butt of the gun. You can get up in there really good. You can also, if you don't want to use Q-tips, you can use this attachment I was talking about a second ago. You can get the corner of your towel, put in your little eyelet, pull that through. You see, we just went through the eyelet there. Simple enough. And you can also use this almost like a Q-tip. Now you can bend it over, and then, you know, you can get down in there with this just as well too. You know, getting all those little small crevices. So you can do it that way too. I just think Q-tips are faster because you can grab it, boom, 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 throw it away. You know, this you got to pull in and out. It gets dirty. Like I said, it's going to probably do the same job in my opinion. But like I said, I use Q-tips. Once you feel like you got everything wiped down and you have it all clean, you know, with Q-tips, towels, both, you need to get the inside of your barrel. Of course, you know, you wipe the outside of it off too. Beautiful barrel, in my opinion. You can figure out which one you want. Of course, you can see this brush to this barrel is pointless. It's just too small. Too small. It's not even getting the edges. I mean, you can move it around and make it get its edges if you wanted to, but I don't like that. This one, you can see it's really hard to go in there. That's too rough. I mean, you don't do it. So you want to get one that, in my opinion, is just a hair bigger than your barrel. Just a hair bigger. Not enough where you got to cram it, but not where it's so easy. Just enough where you're rubbing the edges good. You know, you maybe have to move around just a little bit. You know, I think that's the way to go. Just enough to get in and out there, you know, good and clean. That's just my opinion. And, you know, and these brushes connect on the end of these little cleaning rods that came with this kit I showed you. You know, you can have multiple of them. You can do it as long as you need it to be. And again, you can connect it to the end of this if you want to, but I feel like that's plenty long enough for me. You know, so you can move it around in there, you know, scratch it up and down, you know, whatever you need to do to get it clean. You know, go in and out the best you can, you know, and out best you can, and you just, you know, clean it. This gun oil I showed you, this rim oil, this stuff goes a long way. So, you know, just get like a couple of drops and put in there. Just a couple of drops. Don't matter on which end. You can do a couple drops on each end if you want to. You know, that also helps the brush move in and out. It also cleans it because this helps lubricate and clean. So it's kind of a twofer. It's the reason I like it. You know, I like going in and out, getting it good. You know, you can scrub it as good as you want to until you feel like it's clean. You know, if you look and feel like, oh, there's still some gunk in there, or it's not shiny, or not as clean as I want to, I mean, clean it all you want to. I mean, you need to make sure it's as clean as you want to keep it. A clean gun's a happy gun. A clean gun and a well-maintained gun is a gun that can save your life. Get your towel. Remember we put that through the eyelet a minute ago? You can go in and out. See all that came out of there? Nice and black. So I always go in and out. You know, you can go through this way. You know, you can go all the way through, back to front, front to back. You can go in and out, you know, backwards and forth like this, I mean, however you want to do it. But my opinion, the way I do it, you can see all that's on there. I do it until it comes out, and it may be a little wet looking from the oil, but it comes out and it's clean. And you can use as many of these as you want to. Pull it through the eyelet, and then you can just put it right in there. Boom. See how much cleaner that one is? It's almost like I didn't even put it in there. See that? In and out, both ways. You know, that cleans it one way, and that's cleaning it the other way. I say it's pretty clean. I mean, when you look at this one, and you look at this one, see what I mean? That's a lot cleaner. That's why I like using light colors. You can see that red and black, dark blue. You're not going to see that. White is personally the way that I like to go, but gray's all I had on me today. A white shirt is what I'm saying. But so once you do that, you got your barrel cleaned, cleaned. All clean, inside, out. Boom, boom. All down in here. Springs back in here. Springs in your trigger. That's your safety. So when you hit that, that goes up and down. That allows the gun to shoot. Without that, it does not line up and it will not shoot. You can pull this trigger all day long and you can see it does nothing. You put that up, it does something. You can also make sure you can get down there real good too by doing that. And there's more springs. You see the springs down there. The reason we're talking about these springs, this rim oil, you want to go in there and put like a drop of oil on each one of them. You can see I got on myself a little bit trying to show you, but just a drop of oil on each spring. If you get a little too much on the outsides or anywhere else, no big deal, because this oil, you can oil the rails real good with it. That way it slides nice and smooth, so you oil those. And of course you can actually clean all the outside of your handle, get your rail good and clean, all that, and you can make it nice and shiny. A lot of people don't do that, but it makes it real good, and it protects this polymer that it's made out of. And I mean, it also cleans it, so it protects it, cleans it, kind of like Armor All for a gun. Don't use Armor All, but you know, it'll protect everything and makes it nice and shiny. But not it, and where it's oil, you know, you would think, well, wouldn't it make it slick? It doesn't make it slick like, oh, it's going to be slick if I let my hand. I mean, if you put a lot on there, it would. But you know, you got your safety back here. You know, you can clean it real good. Your handle, your trigger guard, your rail, everything. You know, and that kind of cleans it. But you know, I always oil the rails up real good. You know, so it's good. And then you got your trigger. Your hammer and everything's nice and oiled. And all your springs are oiled. That way, when everything needs to move, all these moving parts and springs, when you need it, it's going to work well, and it's not going to get rust or corroded. If you keep it clean, And you never want to store away a dirty gun. None of that stuff will ever happen anyway. So if you keep this gun as clean as I'm showing you and have everything wiped down and clean and oiled properly, then you want to store it, you know, for a year or so, it should be fine. I recommend, even if you don't fire it, to clean it at least every 6 months. You know, just if you're just doing it just for regular maintenance, just at least do it every 6 months. You're gonna be like, well, it's clean, nothing happened to it. Well, stuff that sits is like anything, like a car. You know, it needs to be loved and cared for and took care of. But now that we got all of our springs and everything clean and oiled, we're gonna get our rail, get our barrel. Remember, our points go up. And if you ever want to know, like, this is the way your barrel needs to look, on here it says 380 auto. So you want to put it to where you can read the words properly. See, it says 380 on this side, so you can read the words properly. And that way you know when you're putting it in there, the words are read properly, which I don't think you really can put a barrel in backwards anyway, because it's not going to fit. You can see, like, oh, that's not really going in there right. You can see, so there's really only one way you can do it. So, put your barrel, it just sets right down in there, push it out the front. I mean, if it goes all the way, fine. I mean, you can push it down in there, and it just sits right down in there beautifully. Just push it, hold it all the way back. You can see it's lined up. Beautiful. You can get your spring. You can see the end is shaped kind of like a football. See this end? It's kind of rounded and flat, not shaped like a football. This end, shaped like a football. See how it kind of matches up? So, match up your footballs. The best way to say it, in my opinion. You can see how it lines up. Then back here on your barrel, you can see on the barrel there's a little indention right here. See that little indention? Right there. So, and if you do it wrong, it's not going to fit right. So, I mean, if you don't line that football up right, which you can see it's lined up right, it goes in and out nice. I mean, if you do it the other way, it's not going to be able to be pushed for you to set it down in that little notch that I showed you. But see, now it's in there real good. Lined up front. It's in your little notch. It's in there good. So now you can see the grooves for the rail. You're going to line it up. It goes right on here where you rack it. So, you know, you just slide it back. So you just line up those grooves. Just goes right on there. And then you can see that all lines up together. See, it goes right in that little groove right there. See that? All the way to the back. Pull it all the way back like at the beginning. Hold that pin up. Lock this back in place. Boom. Release this. See, it's back together now. You want to test it a couple times. You can see, okay, racking good, sliding good. I see my spring and everything is moving well, my barrel as well. Beautiful. Push that up, lock it in place. Beautiful. Now, once you've done all that, get some more of these towels, wipe off all your metal and everything else. Because when you just got done cleaning it, I think it's easier to put it together than wipe everything down again. The outside is what you can get to anyway, because you know you may get it dirty. I love how they do these grooves. I think that looks really cool. But you know, you wipe everything down, make it nice and shiny. Gets all the dirt off of it, makes it pretty. Shows pride of ownership. See right here where it's got the number, serial number. And over here it's got little barcodes, serial numbers and stuff. You know, you want to get down in those little grooves real good too. Get down those grooves real good. Clean everything, wipe it down. Boom. Clean. Inside and out. May not be the professional, proper I'm sure people have better, easier ways, but in my opinion, for someone who don't want to spend a lot of money on cleaning supplies, getting this little $7 tool and this $2 to $3 rim oil, it's really all you need to clean a gun, I think. Simple, easy, takes up less space, it's efficient. Cheap t-shirt for a towel to clean it. And again, great gun. Absolutely love it. You know, if you have excess oil on outside of it from your hands, which a lot of people, you can wear gloves. You know, if you don't like getting oil on your hands or getting dirty, feel free to wear gloves. Sometimes I do. I have gloves right here in my bag. Sometimes I wear them. Didn't today, but sometimes I do if it's real dirty, like I just got back from the range and all that black and stuff. You know, you can get it. It just gets all over your hands. But you can feel free to wear them. But again, this is the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield 380 Shield EZ. It's beautiful. Absolutely love it. This gun holds 8 plus 1. So you know you got 8 in your clip. 1 chambered. So it's a total of 9 it holds. So it's a beautiful gun. I love it. You just want to always be safe with guns. Guns are not toys. You want to always never point a gun at somebody, even like right now. I know for 100% fact that it is empty. There's not a clip in it and nothing in there. You never want to point it at yourself or anyone else because they're very, very dangerous and they're not toys by any means. Keep them locked up. You can do many ways of locking them up. I mean, there are so many options out there nowadays that you can do with guns. I mean, you got trigger locks, just cost a couple dollars. You got locks with the rails that go all the way around it, and you can lock it through the bottom and keep it like this. Like when you first purchase them, every gun usually comes with them. Keep them locked up because somebody can break into your house and steal it and go hurt somebody else. And I don't think you'd ever forgive yourself, or a kid could get it and hurt themselves or someone else. I mean, it's a crazy world nowadays. I mean, it's good to be safe. You want to keep it somewhere where you can get it fast. You know, so you can always keep it beside your bed locked up. You know where the key is, or have the fingerprint ones. I think they call it biometric or whatever you want to call it, but basically does your handprint. You put it on there and you can do, some of them has like thumb, but some of them do all of them, you know, so you can reach over there, grab it, boom, open it. And it's good. You can keep it loaded that way too, and you can just grab it and be ready to go. But you know, I helped you all today. Like I said, I'm no expert by any means, but I think this M&P 380 Shield EZ M2.0 is a beautiful, easy using, lightweight gun, full size gun that will do anything you need it to do. And I think a 380 is really all you need to carry on a daily carry. They also make a 9mm version. It's like this as well. So if you want to go up a little bit, it's like I said, it's a beautiful gun. I love it. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I have 2 other ones. Been trying to show them to you while I can. Showing you how to clean them and maintain them. I hope you